Cooper tires. I've been used Cooper for years. I've recommended Cooper for years. They are just a good old boy tire. You know, I just can't say enough about them, but you can, I bet. Tell us about the new Discoverer AT3 lineup. You've got a whole family now.
Well, you're right, Mike. They're reliable and they're durable, and that's what consumers require in an all-terrain product. And we've just
a little bit toward the camera.
We've just replaced the Discover AT3 line with a family of AT3 products. Okay. I want to tell you about them.
All right, yeah, we've got the AT3 4S, the XLT, and now the LT. Now, they're all a little bit, tiny bit different tread patterns. Now, tell the folks what the tread pattern, what you're looking for.
Well, when we look at the Discover AT3 4S, it's an SUV tire, or for light-duty pickups. So for an F-150 or for a Suburban. So it's a P-metric tire in tire terms. We have a compound that we're using here that makes it great weather adaptation. In fact, it's branded Adaptive Traction Technology. This tire can perform in a temperature range unlike any other. It's got a 5,000-mile warranty.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Which is outstanding. And then its snow traction and off-road traction is even superior to the previous product, which was an industry benchmark.
Okay, now remember the days of the old M&S tires, mud and snow, right? Then you had summer tires, winter tires, and this one is good for everything.
It's good for everything, and it certainly surpasses the M&S certification. It is a 3-peak mountain snowflake or a severe weather certified tire. And we have that stamped with
You can tell that by looking at the outer lead edges right here, right?
Well, you can tell that by finding the stamping on the sidewall. That is a.
Now you're cheating.
Snowflake.
I like it though. All right, now what about the AT3 XLT? All right.
The XLT and the LT family is a LT construction. So it's for medium duty or heavy duty pickup trucks.
So when you're decided, okay, I'm not going to really drive my truck as a car, I'm going to drive it, I'm actually going to tow something, I'm going to carry a heavier weight. This has a stronger sidewall?
Like an F-250 sort of application for hauling. It has an LT sidewall. So it has more plies in its construction. Okay, so it's a tougher compound. We use a different compound in the LT line than we do on the 4S line.
Now, are we going to give up a little bit on ride?
It rides a little harsher, it does, because it's a heavier tire.
Yeah, sure. It's got to carry. It's made for more weight. That's right. So that's going to be a different thing. See, folks, you've got to understand that you've got to get. If you're going to start doing something different with your truck, you've got to have a little bit better tire, a little bit different tire, right?
Right, and that's why the SUV tire and the LT tire is not just different in construction, but compound as well, because it is definitely a different consumer that is using a Suburban or a light-duty pickup truck to one that's using a heavy-duty pickup truck.
Because a lot of people will say, I'm going to buy a Suburban, I'm going to buy an Expedition, I'm going to buy that, but now I decide I'm going to get a camper, I'm going to carry something that's a little bit heavier, a little more tongue weight, and that's when next time when they go to replace their tires, they would want to go to an LT tire, right?
And look, I want to show you one more thing. Look at this buttress design, which in the SUV tire, it's a nice scalloped edge and gives a nice cosmetic here. As the tire gets larger and there's a bit more wheel well and a bit more aggressive pattern, you see more rubber down into the buttress here. This gives some puncture resistances and some abrasion resistance. And then on our XLT, which is really 32.5 inch and above.
Those are big tires. Yeah,
those are big tires.
Nice Jeep tire.
And so maybe it's a level or a lift kit that they have room for this. We went with a solid white because it's a lot more cosmetic. XLT, and then the buttress comes all the way down like that. Isn't that beautiful?
That will really help in the mud.
That will really help. With abrasion, rocks, it'll give some climbing ability, some side hill climbing ability.
Yeah, because if you're going off-road at all, you don't want to damage the tire. You know, the worst thing it is get stuck out there. And obviously low-profile tires, that's out. Forget that. These things are more for actually work. You can actually use these things for off-roading, for playing. You can do, towing. You can do. There's a lot more for them. This isn't more of a street tire. This is more skews a little bit off-road.
It does, but it depends if you're in the SUV portion or the LT portion.
Yeah, it's still going to be a quiet highway tire.
This is a very quiet tire. This has a whisper groove technology, which is this noise canceling ridges right here. Also the pitch count, which is how many times this pattern is repeated, is higher than we've ever had in a off-road tire. So this is very quiet as an AT product goes. Even the LT construction has the whisper groove technology in between these blocks. It's heavily siped, but they're full depth 3D sipes, so they're holding onto that block and keeping it rigid, so that there won't be uneven wear.
It'll still be quiet.
That's right, because it's staying rigid as it hits the ground.
Okay. This is something that when you go to get a tire, you don't just pick them out online necessarily, unless you want to talk to the Cooper people, but you want to go to a dealer that'll actually just ask you the questions of how you're going to use your vehicle. That makes a big difference, doesn't it?
It does make a big difference, and getting an expert, a professional to give you that guidance certainly helps.
Yeah.
But the AT3 family has some outstanding reviews online. When consumers are doing their initial research, they'll be able to find some
and you've
really
got a nice
positive
award
feedback
here at SEMA for 2018, isn't that right?
So this morning we found out that we won the best tire at SEMA.
Get out of here.
Award. This is the second consecutive year that we've won, and it was the Discover AT3 4S that took those honors, and we are so proud.
Folks, this is great. Check out these tires. They're good, well priced. They hold up real well. They're not a foo-foo tire. This is a truck tire. This is an SUV tire for people that are going to use it the way they're designed. Right?
That's absolutely right.
All right, where can we find out more about it?
Well, you can find out more at coopertire.com.
Okay, you can also go to your Discount Tire, you can go to Pep Boys, you can go to Sears, you can go NTB or NTW, whatever it is now, and you can find a tire professional to find you the right tire, and just tell them you want to talk about the Coopers.
And we have a dealer locator on our website, be a great spot to start, and we also gather all the reviews that they can research the tire right beginning with coopertire.com.
Scott, you've been one of our most popular interviews we've had on the radio, and thanks for joining us here at SEMA 2018. Hey, it's Mike Herzing, Let's Talk Wheels Radio Network.